Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Why You Know game video. And this time I'm going to be talking about Gex Return of the Gecko. Now, actually, there are 3 games in the Gex series, and the company that was known for making Gex was Crystal Dynamics. And Crystal Dynamics is still around, even though they're part of Square Enix. I would really love to see them go back to, making old school platformers. And Gex was one of the funniest out there. There's Gex, then Gex Enter the Gecko, and then Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko. I've only played the first 2 games. I've never played the third. But either way, I would love to see it come back. Because Gex was a smart mouth. Like, I loved playing the games where he liked to talk crap. He was like, and it was fun. Like, this is the era where you had mascot characters, and most of them were wholesome and stuff like that. And Gex was the one that was ridiculing and making jokes about people and stuff like that. Well, way back when. And I would love to see him come back and do it again. I mean, I guess if I had to peg Gex as a character, personality-wise, he was like a campier version of Duke Nukem. Whereas Duke Nukem also did the same thing, but Duke Nukem was more adult-oriented. Gex, I would say, was more oriented for teens and the like. So if we could get, like, something that would be very funny, get a Gex game made where Gex comes back and he's trying to get back into the video game industry, but we go ahead and have like a company like Gecko be part of it, like where they have their Gecko, they have the Gecko, and Gex keeps getting, like, Gex is like, let's just say the process of the game is that Gex is trying to he's trying to get himself back into the video game industry. And he's gone on like these weird interviews, and like in the games, and the interviews are basically platforming segments that you have to play through with him, because that's part of his interview. Whereas he's being they're testing his capabilities as a character, and like at the end of each level, he has to sit down and talk to whoever the boss is, the interviewer. And then and he constantly gets referenced as a Gecko. Like, aren't you that guy that was selling insurance and stuff like that? Like, it could be funny just to have that reference there. And you're that lizard thing that was selling the insurance. You're like, no, I'm not the Gecko or something like that. It's like just something that would work today, like, and it would be interesting for the character, because Gex was around for quite a while. I mean, well, he wasn't around for quite a while. He only really lasted through, I guess you'd say fifth gen. That was where he was born, and then that's where he died, kind of. So, I mean, it was just a shame to see that no other games for this character are around. Like, he's not anywhere. And I would like to really, really see Gex come back. It would be interesting. Like, there are too many characters that are forgotten to the past, and Gex is one of those that deserves a refresh. So for me, as an old school platforming loving person, I would like to see that happen. So for me, a return to classic characters like that, I think it would be just nice to have them. And again, bringing them to a newer generation, letting newer people get to know these characters could be interesting, could be fun. And I would love Gex to kind of, riff on the current world and situations, because he probably cut very deeply, and it'd be very funny, and I don't think very many people would get offended because he's a Gecko. So, but there's not really much more I can talk about with this character. I'm just interested in seeing it happen, and want to see older characters that I liked get new life breathed into them. But that's it for me. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.